gun as opposed to a taser, then how was she a veteran in policing? How was she even on the force that long? When you know you put your gun on your dominant side and your taser on your least dominant side. Yeah. So absolutely that raises a point of criminality. But aside from that, I raised the question on her as I raised the question on the Chauvin case. What the media has not dealt with is why were either of these people being subjected to an arrest in the first place. Amen. When you look at the fact that this young man was stopped for expired tags, when there is a backup of expired tags in that city, because due to COVID there's a backlog in getting your tags restored. And even if the tags were expired under normal circumstances, you give him a ticket, you would not arrest him. So the fact that they were leading to an arrest in the first place is suspect. In the case of that we're dealing with George Floyd, the story we are told is that he allegedly gave a counterfeit $20 bill and to get a pack of cigarettes, and then left the store, and the person that he gave the money to the counter gave it to the supervisor because he didn't want it to be charged to him when they added up. He told the supervisor this may be counterfeit. The supervisor called the police. Police came. George Floyd was still sitting outside in the car, which tells you that then he may not have known he had a counterfeit bill. If you paid somebody with a counterfeit bill and got out the store, the last thing you do is be sitting around waiting on somebody to call the police. You'd be in flight. George Floyd should not only not have been killed, George Floyd should not have even been arrested. If they felt it was counterfeit, they should have gone in and said, do you realize this was counterfeit? How did the police determine he was guilty? And be the prosecutor and the jury and the executioner? They would have said to him, did you realize this was counterfeit? If he said no, do you have other money you can pay for this cigarette? You wouldn't put him in handcuffs and throw him to the ground. This whole two situation talk and show the over-policing that is done in the black community. I believe if Wright or George had been of a different color in a different community, they would have at most been given a ticket. They would not be dead. We cannot, as we stand here today, having heard the president, having heard the attorney general and others, we demand that people deal with the question of their two levels of policing in this country. One for blacks and one for whites. And we want federal law to be passed and enforced as we go for the passing of the George Floyd justice.